following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Oh, sure. It's easy to stand out here and jump around and try and be a wild and crazy guy. I think there's more to entertaining than that. And that's why right now, I would like to talk about what I believe. What I believe. I believe in rainbows and puppy dogs and fairy tales. And I believe in the family. Mom and Dad and Grandma. And Uncle Todd who waves his penis. And I believe in 8 of the 10 Commandments. And I believe in going to church every Sunday unless there's a game on. And I believe that sex is one of the most beautiful, wholesome, and natural things that money can buy. And I believe it's derogatory to refer to a woman's breasts as boobs, jugs, Winnebagos, or golden bozos. And you should only refer to them as hooters. And I believe you should place a woman on a pedestal high enough so you can look up her dress. And I believe in equality. Equality for everyone, no matter how stupid they are or how much better I am than they are. And people say I'm crazy for believing this, but I believe that robots are stealing my luggage. And I believe I made a mistake when I bought a 30-story one-bedroom apartment. And I believe that the battle of the network stars should be fought with guns. And I believe that Ronald Reagan can make this country what it once was, an Arctic region covered with ice. And I believe the United States should allow all foreigners in this country, provided they can speak our native language, Apache. And lastly, I believe that of all the evils on this earth, there is nothing worse than the music you're listening to right now.
She was a beautiful woman I liked right away. She left me drooling, staring with nothing to say. When she sat down at my table, I felt 10 feet tall. But the minute she opened her mouth, I was nothing at all. I gave her a line. She gave me a zinger. I gave her the ring. She gave me the finger. Said, haven't I seen you before? You look so nice. She said, oh, I doubt it. I don't make the same mistake twice. I said, you remind me of a movie star I'd like to know. she said, you remind me of Larry and Curly and Moe. Oh, a wise guy. I gave her a line. She gave me a zinger. I gave her the ring.
She gave me the finger.
Still I was captured somehow by her feminine charm. And I asked her to marry me, and I put my hand on her arm. She took my hand and she broke all my fingers in turn. And she gave me only one finger of hers in return. I gave her a line. She gave me a zinger. I gave her the ring.
She gave me the finger.
I gave her the ring.
She gave me the finger.
Hello, and welcome to the 5th Brain Sandwich Podcast. My name is Mike Madonna, and as I've done for the past 4 Brain Sandwich Podcasts, I'll be your host through all kinds of weird and wonderful things. And we are getting closer, folks, to those of you who knew the program from before. We are getting closer to the time when Jim and Jay and I will be doing broadcasts together, but that's not yet to happen, probably after the first of the year or so. And then we'll get together and probably just do all these things as talkies. Who knows? But anyway, what you heard was I gave her the ring, she gave me the finger. That was Faust and Lewis. Before that, What I Believe, Steve Martin from his album, The Steve Martin Brothers. And so, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of experimenting here. Something that I found interesting, and I hope you will too. And if it works, fine. If it doesn't, I still have to go through with it. So, bear with me here. Okay, coming up next is a singer, I guess you could call her that. This is from the movie The Trial of Billy Jack. And this was Tom Laughlin's daughter. Tom Laughlin, of course, was Billy Jack. And his daughter, I don't remember what her character name in the film was, but she was in all the Billy Jack films. She was a blonde-haired girl. And usually had a song or two for the film. Just a little bit tone-deaf, I think, and whatnot. But I have to play this one because, well, I just have to. Here's Teresa Laughlin with Shed a Tear on the Brain Sandwich Show.
Shed a tear, running dear, don't turn back, Billy Jack. I am crying, are you dying just for me? Whenever trouble came about, I could feel you coming out. You were there, I could feel you in the air. When anyone had a happy moment to share,
Quiet, please. Recording. Go again. I found a way to cook. Take two. I found a way to cook extra. Come on over and try my crispy. It's entirely different, and yet it's just as tender and tasty. No, and it's just as finger-licking good. You see, I found a way to cook chicken deep down and get that real crispy crust that some folks like. And it's just as tender and juicy. I'll get it now. I found a way to cook chicken deep down and get that crispy, real crispy chicken crust. Yet it's entirely different. No.
This will be wild lines 30, take one.
Now you have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He said, cut it.
Go ahead.
And now you have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken to choose from. Yet tender and juicy. I said it? Yeah.
That's all I said it.
It's better,
Take two.
Colonel, if you read it.
Okay, we're recording.
Now you have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken to choose from. My regular recipe.
Take three.
It's entirely different. But every bit is. Now you have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let me get that scratched off there and quit looking at it.
Quiet, please.
That real crusty, what kind of damn crispy crust. It's really different. Now you can have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken to choose from. My regular recipe and my new extra crisp. New extra crispy, I thought I said that. Now you have two kinds of Kentucky Fried Chicken to choose from. It's entirely different. Yet every bit is finger-licking good, you see. Every bit of it's finger-licking good. You see, I found a way to cook chicken deep down to get that real crispy crust some folks like. I better do that again, huh?
Yes.
You don't want me to sing, do you, for Christ's sake?
We're rolling. This is the good one. Take 5.
Most folks
Once again.
Most folks have heard about.
All right, that's good. Good, very nice.
That's why folks call it finger. That's why folks call it finger.
Sounds good.
That's why folks call it finger licking good. That's why folks call it. That's why folks call it finger licking good. That's why folks call it finger licking good. I'm not getting anywhere with this damn thing.
Okay, fine.
Colonel Sanders, and some flubs he was making during the recording of some commercials for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nowadays, of course, just known by their initials, but back in the day, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So, as he's stumbling over his own mouth, some of that made for some funny listening, at least I thought so. Before that, Shed a Tear, Teresa Laughlin, who, of course, Billy Jack's daughter, and I think on one of the commentary tracks on one of the Billy Jack DVDs, I thought I heard them make mention that she's a tailor now or something, a seamstress, I believe is the word he used, somewhere, I guess, maybe in New York. And, so much the better the music world is that she's a seamstress now. Okay, for back in the day when we were doing this radio show on a community station in St. Louis, periodically I did the show alone, and whenever I did the show alone, if people knew about it in advance, they would sometimes send me emails asking me to find things to play for them and whatnot, and I was happy to do that. And then every once in a while they tried to throw me a curveball and say, Mike, you've been around the world, you're a sophisticated man about town. Could you, would you, do you have some instruction or advice on how to apply your contact lenses? And if you're such a person and you need this kind of help, boy, are you in luck. Here it is on the Brain Sandwich Show.
Welcome to the wonderful world of contact lenses. You've been taught how to care for your lenses, and you have an instruction manual which contains a good many suggestions, so we don't expect you to use this record many times. We do hope that it will help refresh your memory while you are getting used to handling your new lenses. The comfort and safety of your eyes depend upon the condition of your lenses, how you clean them, the way you place them on your eyes, and most important, sanitation. So you should always start by washing your hands thoroughly before handling your lenses. Be sure that all of the soap is rinsed away, as it will cloud your contacts when you touch them. Seat yourself comfortably at a table which has been covered with a clean, lint-free cloth. Except in an emergency, never handle your lenses over a wash basin. Many lenses have been lost down the drain, and they are easily scratched. Use a plastic dish which has been filled with water, warm to room temperature. Have plenty of soft facial tissue available, and don't rub your lenses or your eyelids with toilet paper, handkerchiefs, or paper towels. Make sure that your wetting agent is handy and find a good tabletop target on which you can focus your attention. Now you are ready. Remove your right lens from the case and wash it. Polish it carefully with a soft facial tissue to clean any grease or mucus which may have accumulated on the surface. Hold your lens by the edge and rinse it in clear water. Now, apply the wetting solution and place the lens on the third finger of your right hand. Look at the target. Keep both eyes open and be sure that neither of them closes while you are applying the lens. Hold your left elbow high so that your arm does not get in the way and grasp the right upper lid. Pull it way up, lashes and all, and press the lid firmly against the bone of your forehead. Be sure that it cannot slip. Now raise your right arm. The contact lens is still on your third finger. Raise your elbow until it is shoulder high. In this way you can be certain that your finger and the lens will strike your eye at exactly the right angle. Now, pull your lower lid down with your ring finger. You may test the grip on your lids by trying to close your eye. If the lids can be closed, you are not holding them firmly enough. Be sure that you are holding both arms up so that both elbows are equally high and so that the hand holding your lens is in a horizontal position. Now, bend your neck slightly and concentrate on the tabletop target. Aim for the center of your eye, being careful to concentrate on the target until the lens jumps from your finger into your eye. Now, slowly release the finger that holds the lens. Look at it to see that the lens is gone. Then release the lower lid and the upper lid. Now you can relax. Wait a moment and then cover the left eye. If you can see clearly, the lens is in position, and that's all there is to it. If something does go wrong, don't panic. Wash the lens, applying the wetting agent, and repeat the procedure. To apply the lens to your left eye, the method is simply reversed. Use the third finger of your left hand for the lens, and hold the upper lid with your right hand. Patients who have had cataract surgery may use an inserter. If you are using this device, prepare your lens in the same manner and place it on the foam rubber end of the inserter. Hold your eyelids apart with a scissors motion. In this case, you will use your right hand for your right eye and the left hand for your left eye, and whichever two fingers seem to work out best for you. You may close your other eye so that the end of the target can be seen without looking cross-eyed as it comes nearer to your face. Concentrate on the black end of the inserter until the lens touches your eye. You may experience some discomfort immediately after the lens has been applied. Such pain or annoyance is usually the result of foreign material under the lens. If your contact lens is not perfectly comfortable, remove it immediately and wash it. Then apply the lens again. If it is still uncomfortable, remove it a second time and wash it. Then apply it again. If it is still uncomfortable, remove it and call us, because you may have sustained some minor irritation which is preventing successful wear at the moment. If you have any difficulty in applying or removing your lenses, please call at your earliest convenience so that we can arrange further instruction in their handling. Above all, don't be afraid of them. Millions of people who have trouble at first now remove contacts every day with complete ease and comfort. Like swimming or dancing or driving a car, speed and proficiency will come with practice.
Muff Productions presents SWAT, Tactical Women's Alert Team. SWAT, a crack unit of highly trained specialists dedicated to protect and serve the Department of the Interior. SWAT, always prepared, always alert, ready to open up at a moment's notice. SWAT, dangerous, deadly, devouring. Twat! The most powerful force on Earth. Twat! We take you now inside Twat, where we find members of this tight-knit organization preparing for a frontal assault.
Hey, Vag. Vag. Vagina! What? Can you see anything?
Not yet, Labina.
Wow, I'm worried. It's too quiet down here.
Why? What do you mean, Labina?
Well, something smells fishy, Vag.
Well, don't look at me. Just relax and take it easy. Things are going to get hard enough down here when the action starts.
Shh.
What's the matter?
I hear something. Who's on the point?
Clit.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Labina, why? What's the matter?
I don't trust her, Vag. She's too slippery.
What do you mean? Clit's the most sensitive member we have.
That's what worries me, Vag. She's too sensitive. She'll let anything get to her.
Twat. What? Listen. No, just, what? Just listen. Listen. Just tighten up and don't worry about it. Oh.
Who was that, Vag?
Oh, it was that dumb Cola. She's worried they're going to attack from the rear.
Oh, sometimes she can be a real asshole.
Yeah, her and her goofy brown eye looking at you. All I got to say is she better clean up her act or she's going to get wiped out.
Shh.
What's the matter?
I hear something, Vag.
I don't hear anything.
Shh, listen. Hear that, don't you?
Oh, that's just a finger of the organization feeling us out. They're trying to find our weak spots.
I'm scared, Vag.
Well, stay loose, Labina. They're just jacking us off. You'll have to do better than that, you creep.
What's that?
They're still probing our defenses. They're looking for an opening.
Oh, Vag, I'm scared.
Labina, listen.
Oh, he's coming. Oh.
No, you hear that?
What is it?
That's the zipper. It's stuck. He can't move it. Hey, how are the hooks and snaps doing?
Oh, they're hidden, Vag. I don't think you can even find them.
Oh, great. We're safe. There's no other way in. Hey, you can relax, Labina. I don't think we're going to see any action tonight. Oh, boy, is he going to be sore.
Oh, that's good. I need the rest. We've been taking a pounding every night for a week straight. My nerves have been rubbed raw. God, I'm so sore. Oh, Vag, I think I'm cracking.
Labina, get a hold of yourself. Just tighten up. Look, we'll beat him off. Just hang loose, Labina.
I just need to soak in a tub for a while. Oh, my God!
Oh, that sneaky bastard.
Vag, what happened?
He just ripped the hole in our last pair of pantyhose. That dirty...
Oh, God, Vag. Oh, Vag, he's coming!
No, he isn't, Labina. Not yet. He's not coming yet. Don't worry, you'll know when he comes. Look, he's probably just going to fool around for a while before he hits us with the big stuff. Look, just keep a stiff upper lip and keep yourself together.
Oh, Vag! There's three of them! They're attacking me! Oh, God, one of them has got a big diamond ring on! Oh, it's killing me, Vag!
Resist, Labina, resist! Stay tight!
Oh, thank God they've gone away! Oh,
Okay, Don. Now just stop quivering, Labina. Okay? Now brace yourself, because we're really in for it now. Feel this, Labina?
What is it?
You know what it is? Huh?
No.
It's Vaseline.
But it has a strawberry flavor.
Yeah, I know they try to disguise it, but it still means the same thing, Labina.
What's that, Vag?
It means they're gonna try to slip something past us.
What are we gonna do, Vag? We can't just lie here and do nothing.
Look, Labina, we're not licked yet.
Yeah, but they'll probably try that next.
Look, I got it.
What, Vag? Tell me.
We'll keep moving. Look, we'll just keep moving around. We'll use the bush for cover. And by the time he finds us, it'll be too late, I hope.
But Vag, he already knows where we're at.
Yeah, he thinks he does. But look, he's young and over-anxious. And if we plan our moves right, he won't get near us.
Vag, I think I see him. Oh, God, he's a monster, Vag. He'll kill us.
No, he won't. Move, slide around, duck, hide.
Oh, Vag, he's tearing me apart.
Hunch over, Labina, hunch over. Stay together, hang in there, Labina, hang in there.
Oh, my God.
What's happening, Labina? I can't see. What's happening?
Oh, he slid right past me. Oh, no, he's heading for Cola.
Cola? Yeah, I know. Look, just sit tight. You understand? Don't let him in, whatever you do. Just close up shop. Pretend you're not home, okay?
What's happening now?
I don't know. Listen. What's that sound?
What is it?
We're licking him.
What?
Listen, we're licking him.
I can't believe it.
I know that's hard to swallow, Labina, but we're licking him.
Oh my God, we're licking him.
It's going to be over pretty soon, Labina.
It's over.
It's over.
Licking him.
We won. We won.
And so once again, Twat comes out of the fray smelling like roses. I mean strawberries. But join us next week when Twat meets the French Tickler.
Cheech and Chong with Tactical Women's Alert Team, better known by the initials TWAT, T-W-A-T. And before that, Applying Your Contact Lenses by special request. Okay, now if you've been listening to the past couple of podcasts, you've noticed I've been putting on the blooper records. And I'm now getting to the point where I can go through volumes 1 through 6, which I will do in this and succeeding programs. But right now we'll just do volume 1. Now this is the entire album, front and back. I believe this is from cassette. Yeah, it's from cassette actually, and I'm hoping that I've boosted the sound up enough. If not, you might want to turn your volume up just a little bit to enjoy this. But anyway, this is called All Time Great Bloopers Volume 1. Enjoy.
This recording is a collection of unintended indiscretions before microphone and camera. It is intended as a sympathetic tribute to the members of the radio and television industry who have been the victims of these classic boners. We turn back the clock to the early pioneer days of radio, to what is considered the granddaddy of all fluffs. Harry Von Zell, veteran announcer, was introducing the chief executive to millions of radio listeners who awaited this important address. Let's listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Hubert Heber.
August for the best bread and rolls. Yeah, good luck. And when you go into the store tomorrow, ask for August Brothers for the best bread and rolls you have ever tasted. I knew that had to happen one night, friends.
The rumor that the president would veto the bill is reported to have come from a high white horse souse.
One lesson an announcer learns is to make sure he is off the air before he makes any private comments. But even the greatest sometimes slip. A legend is Uncle Don's remark after he had closed his famous children's program. Let's turn back the clock.
And this is your Uncle Don saying good night. Good night, little kids, good night. We're off? Good. Well, that ought to hold the little bastards.
And now, before I ask you our first question, what do you do for a living, my good lady?
I'm a maid and I take care of a large family.
How large a family?
Let's see, 4 boys, 3 girls, 1 adult, and 1 adulteress.
This is KTIW, Texas City.
Children on radio and television are unpredictable at best. Listen to what happened when a little child was asked, "How did your parents meet?"
They met when they were roommates in college.
The floodwaters in Connecticut are receding. All train service has been reestablished. The good weather news for tomorrow is clearing and fair. And here in the metropolitan area, all ferries are operating normally.
Listen now to this classic moment from an audience participation program.
Mrs. Pruitt from Texas, excuse me a moment, ma'am, while I make contact with Mrs. Louise Jacobs in Detroit, Michigan. Hello, Mrs. Louise Jacobs.
Hello there.
How are you, Louise?
Fine, thank you.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, Louise. How's everything in the Motor City?
Oh, everything's all right.
Good. Does your husband work in the automobile industry?
He's working in a machine shop.
He does? And what does he do in the machine shop?
He's a tool maker.
How long have you folks been married?
32 years.
32 years?
Yes.
That's a mighty, mighty long time. Do you have any children?
9.
9? Ma'am, your husband's not a tool maker. He's a producer. Congratulations. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And how did you meet your husband?
I met him at the box social.
At a box social?
Yes.
What sort of a box social?
Oh, church box.
Oh, you mean where everybody brings box lunches?
Yes.
And then they bid. That's an real old-fashioned custom. The girl brings the box and the man bids on it. Is that the idea?
Yes.
And what did he pay for your little package that you brought? I could lose a sponsor for us right now, you know that. Well, I bet you had a good time anyway. Well, it's been awfully nice speaking to you, Mrs. Jacobs. They're in Detroit, Michigan.
Several years ago, on the Lux Radio Theater, presided over by Cecil B. DeMille, there occurred what is probably one of the most talked about incidents in radio history. So come back several years with us and listen to this closing announcement as it was made by actor Joseph Cotton.
Tune in next week when your Lux Radio Theater presents the rollicking comedy success, The Major and the Minor, starring lovely Joan Fontaine and Hollywood's newest sensation, that new talented personality, Sonny Tubbs.
Here's a bargain you can't possibly pass up. Well, I really blew it up that time.
A very gracious and popular television star got herself into this amusing tangle.
I know that I was asked to accept this award for Senator Kefauver as a housewife, because I think that that's what Senator Kefauver did more than anything else in bringing the Senate Crime Investigating Committee into the home, into the kitchen, and giving us all an idea of what was happening right here in New York City. And I know that luckily I was sick the first day of the hearings, so I spent 3 days in bed enjoying Rudy Halley. And I must say, I got to know his every move so very well. No. Wait a minute. But no, what I meant to say is that I missed... You know what I mean.
It's low overhead that does it. So always shop at Robert Hall, where prices are high and quality is low.
All right. And now for our next contestant. What is your name, sir?
Jack Friedman.
Will you step a little closer to the microphone, please?
All right,
What's the name again?
Jack Friedman.
Thank you, Mr. Friedman. And where are you from?
From Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. Well, welcome to Sense or Nonsense. Now, you have chosen for your category the sense of sound, right?
Yes.
Now, you know how we play. We're going to give you certain sounds to identify. And now, here is your first question. For $10, what is this sound? Now, listen carefully. All right, now, what is it?
Oh, that's very familiar.
Come on. You got 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds. I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
That's Big Ben in Westchester, AB.
For my next selection, I'd like to do a medley of old Stephen Foster's favorites. Among them will be Jeannie with the light brown hair, My Old Kentucky Home, and My Asses in the Dark, Dark Ground.
You
stupid idiot. It's not my ass. It's masses in the cold, cold ground. Oh.
And in the world of sports, Yogi Berra, a great Yankee catcher, was accidentally hit in the head by a pitch ball. Yogi was taken to the Fordham Hospital for x-rays of the head. The x-rays showed nothing.
On a man-in-the-street interview program, a young lady was asked the reason why she was in New York City. Let's listen to her classic answer.
I'm getting married next week, and I'm getting my torso ready.
Several years ago, David Ross, Dean of Radio Announcers and Diction Award winner many times, introduced the Latin American troubadour Tito Gazar in this fashion. Let's turn back the clock and hear this classic moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Tito Guitar and his Gazar.
Some bloopers are made by sound effects departments. Let's listen to a well-known dramatic show as they perform the story of Stanley and Livingston and see what can happen when sound effects go amiss.
Beyond the headwaters of the Nile, Stanley continued his search for Livingston. Dense jungle growth and the ever-present danger of the tsetse fly made the journey more hazardous. Supplies were getting low. The natives had almost reached the breaking point, when suddenly in the distance they heard the sounds of a village.
We take you now to BBC in England.
Well, the acoustics of that cathedral have greatly improved since St. Paul's erection in London in the late 1800s. Apparently, much of the sound in those days was absorbed by the voluminous skirts of female parishioners. But nowadays, with the emergence of the miniskirt, the old organ really goes to town.
Now stay tuned for our Golden Oldies show, featuring your genital host, Gene Taylor.
Oh, we have another telephone caller.
Hello, you're on the air. Yes, please turn down your radio.
Hello, is this me? Yes. I just called. I enjoy your program very much, and you know that I really saw your guest star on the centerfold of the Playboy magazine. Oh, she's lovely, really. She's got a really beautiful spread.
And here's some news of local interest. Our neighbors over in Columbia, Tennessee, the largest outdoor mule market in the world, held a jackass parade yesterday headed by the governor.
Stenographers who type mimeographed scripts sometimes finish on a page that has to be turned.
The City Council will meet Monday to discuss the awarding of a condom contract. Rather, condominium contract to... Good grief, did I say condom?
Steve Allen, one of television's best-known performers, makes a practice of conducting ad-lib interviews with people in his studio audience. On one of his late-evening programs, he chatted with a woman and awarded her a large salami as a prize.
Oh, my goodness, Steve, that's almost as big as my husband's. I mean, as big as my husband.
A remote is a broadcast that originates away from the station. On this annual Christmas show, children waited to hear a remote from Santa's studio at the North Pole. Let's listen in.
And now, children, as part of our annual Christmas party, Uncle John is going to contact Santa Claus.
Thank you, Miss Christmas. We'll try it now. Are you standing by, North Pole? Come in, North Pole. Come in, North Pole.
Come in, North Pole. Santa Claus.
That's his cue. I wonder why we can't get it.
I can't understand.
Maybe we should try it once more.
Come in, Santa Claus.
Come in, North Pole.
Have I got a line? Have I got a line?
I wonder why we can't get through him.
Where are you, Santa Claus?
We had last year.
Santa Claus, where are you?
And stay tuned for the late movie, Alexander Dumas' immortal classic, The Count of Monte Cristo, starring Robert Donat.
Children are unpredictable, especially on television. Listen to what happened to Maury Amsterdam as he quizzed a 5-year-old girl on his daytime show.
Say, little girl, what happened to your front tooth?
I lost my tooth while I was sitting on a toilet making
The practical joker is found everywhere, even in the radio and television industry, as this announcer found out on the first day of April.
And the bill goes to Washington next week for the president's signature. Here's a bulletin just handed me from the wires of the Associated Press. Washington, D.C. The White House has just announced that it's counting on all of us to make our victory gardens a success this year. New developments in fertilizers ensure a bumper crop for everyone. Let's get those tomatoes and cucumbers underway. Be sure to have a good supply of humus on hand. Your victory garden is your share of... Say, what the hell is this?
April Fool! Even popular Dave Garroway is not immune to early morning fluffs.
And remember, no bathroom should be without it. You'll find dial soap a refreshing addition to your schlub or tower.
Let's go back to the year 1942 and listen to a war newscast from BBC in England.
And the Ration Board has announced that within the next few weeks there will be an increase in the allotments of certain food commodities. There's good news on the war front tonight. From North Africa comes word that Allied troops have stopped the advances of Hitler's Panzer divisions.
Good afternoon. This is your Bonds Department Store shopping counselor. After working hours at 6 p.m. on the 6th floor, models will display gowns half off.
Sometimes the reason for a blooper isn't understood by the listening audience. On one hot summer day, an engineer came into the control room wearing nothing but a pair of bathing trunks. The announcer spotted him just as they went on the air. This was the result.
A Philippine Airlines passenger jet and 24 persons hijacked the communist China. A Philippine Airlines And once again, back to the Larry Glick Show.
Don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning to listen to Phil Cook. He's that clever fellow who plays all voices on his own program. So tomorrow, start your day with laughter. Tune in on Phil Cook, the man with 1,000 vices.
Let's listen to a news item heard on the 11 o'clock news.
And here is a late story about that fire that broke out on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. The blaze of undetermined origin started in a peanut store on the boardwalk and spread to other stores in the vicinity. The fire threatened the famous Atlantic City $1 million steel pier. The peanut store front was completely demolished, and boardwalk passers-by helped themselves. Tonight, there are many boardwalk moonlight strollers with hot nuts.
You've just heard There's No Business Like Show Business, sung by the robust voice of Ethel Mermer.
The late and beloved Dr. Walter Damrosch, Dean of American Conductors, took great pride in his music appreciation series broadcast to students in New York schools. But even Dr. Damrosch was not infallible. Let's listen.
Our music appreciation program concludes with Tchaikovsky's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, followed by the delightfully gay music of Mozart's Magic Fruit.
The misplacing and mixing up of syllables are one type of blooper that plague performers. Listen to this commentator on a daytime fashion show.
Now, our next creation is a necessity for sun worshippers. A beautiful two-place piece suit.
And that's the weather report from the International Airport here at Anchorage, Alaska. Now I'll take a leak out the window to see if it's freezing outside our studio.
Many strange things happen in a studio while the mic is live. Here's a case where the announcer picked a weak and wobbling folding chair to sit on as he introduced a nightly news show.
The National Broadcasting Company brings you H.V. Kaltenborn Views the News. And now, Mr. I'll be a son of a bitch.
The wife of a famous golfer was being interviewed. A simple question brought this classic answer.
I most certainly am superstitious. I wouldn't think of letting him play an important golf tournament without kissing his ball.
Small-town disc jockeys very often receive unfamiliar recordings to be played on the air. Here's a case in point where a hillbilly disc jockey received an album of records from Gigi, which stars Maurice Chevalier and Hermione Gingold.
And here's a nice-looking record package in from New York. We ain't heard it yet. It looks like the one that's going to be a good one. It's featuring that Maurice French Chevalier and that Herman Gingold in songs from Gigi.
Now stay tuned to America's favorite penal program, What's My Line?
This humorous transposition of words occurred on one of your favorite nighttime mystery programs.
What you in for, buddy? Larceny? How much time you get? 99 years. 99 years? How'd you get caught? Some dirty squeal pigeon stooled on me.
Radio and television studios are carefully locked when programs are on the air. Here's a case where one radio station was too careful, and the result was the locking out of a performer who left the studio for a moment to get a drink of water with his microphone still on.
Hey, come on, who locked the door? Come on, there's no time to fool around. Come on, I'm on the air. Open the door. Oh, what the hell's the matter with you here? Come on, open the goddamn door.
The fabulous Davy Crockett fad was climaxed with this announcement.
Calling all parents, calling all kids, here's your chance to buy a Davy Crockett bed. Yes, friends, Hunt's Furniture Store has Davy Crockett beds. It's a twin-size bed, just right for the kids, with scenes of Davy Crockett in action on the mattress.
Let's tune in on your radio kitchen of the air and hear about a new marinara sauce recipe.
For a heavenly Italian dinner that your entire family will enjoy, try Chef Boyardi's marijuana sauce.
Here's how the governor of the Virgin Islands was inadvertently introduced to a radio audience.
And now, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce you to the Virgin of Governor's Island.
Our next record is dedicated to all you gals who don't appreciate... Oh, hell. Our next record is dedicated to all you gals who don't appreciate... Our next record is dedicated to all you gals who don't appreciate us men enough. A hard man is good to find. I mean, a good man is hard to find.
Today's special, a 1953 Ford station wagon with radio and heater, light blue, a terrific buy for $1,300. Remember, it's in immaculate conception.
And now for a favorite song of mine, and I'm sure of yours. Every bloody loves some bloody sometime. Of course, that should be everybody loves somebody sometime.
After her apprehension by local authorities, Miss Ellen Benson was confined to a menstrual institution for an indefinite period.
Let's listen to this audience participation program which featured servicemen as contestants.
I see we have a man in uniform. What's your name, sir?
Private First Class John Monfrey, sir.
And you're in the Army?
The Army Air Force.
Married?
Oh, yes, sir. In fact, I'm on my honeymoon right now.
Newlywed?
Yes, sir.
Well, I see you have a camera there. What in the world are you doing with a camera?
Well, you got to do something in the daytime, you know.
In radio, complete silence usually indicates something technically wrong at the studio. Here's a case where the engineer became panicked by an unforeseen silence.
His death is a severe loss to me personally, to the community at large, which he served so well and faithfully. I ask you all to join me in 1 minute's silence in contemplation of this fine, devoted public servant.
Hey, Herman, what the hell is going on here? We're supposed to be broadcasting a funeral.
Now here's another time check, 7:35 a.m. And while your coffee's brewing, let's take a continuing look at the news. In the Asia area, today more heavy fighting reported on the China front.
Sportscasters sometimes are carried away by the excitement of the moment. Here's one play-by-play announcer who was thrown for a loss when he came out with this classic.
The center snaps the ball back, and there goes the quarterback. The new substitution, number 21. He's fading into the end zone for a quick kiss, a pat, whatever it is. And it's complete on the 40-yard line. We fumbled that one, but it's complete on the 40-yard line.
The speed with which radio and television receive special bulletins from the various wire services leaves little time for proper rehearsal, as evidenced by this newsworthy item.
And here's a further bulletin about the train wreck, the news of which has just reached the station. According to latest reports, more than a score of passengers suffered injuries near Carrollton, Missouri. The train was a Santa Fe chafed streamline. Oh, I give up. You'll hear more news about this derailment later at 7 p.m. We return you now to our regularly scheduled program. Damn, I wish they'd get me the copy to these damn programs sooner.
Stenographers who type mimeographed scripts sometimes finish a commercial on a page that has to be turned, thereby making it difficult for a commercial announcer.
Tums will give you instant relief and assure you no indigestion or distress during the night. With a broad...
In Washington, plans have been announced in connection with festivities and ceremonies for the arrival of Premier Khrushchev. There is still some doubt, however, as to whether the Russian visitor will receive a tickle-tape parade up Fifth Avenue.
One of the chief problems confronting the networks is the audience participation program, where there is no control over what contestants say. Let's listen to one of the airways' best-known quiz programs that became the victim of this contestant's spontaneity.
Now, it's time we got on with our game here, which we know is double or nothing. And I want to explain to our first contestant, Miss Anna Miles. Right, Anna? Okay, Anna, I want to explain how we play this here. We have a $2 question, a $4 question, a $6 question, and a $10 question. You know? Any money you win on those, you can take away. Sit down, take it. Then if you want to play double or nothing, you can go for a $20 question, you know, and you want to go on top of that, you can go double or nothing for $40. Now, are we all clear for the game, Anna?
Right.
Let's square off. Anna, you tell me you're a waitress, right?
Right.
What did you do before that, Anna?
I was in the Navy.
You in the Navy?
Navy nurse.
You were a Navy nurse? Where were you a Navy nurse?
Well, I was in Corregidor, 19 months.
You were captured?
Yes, I was. I was in Jet prison camp.
You were in a Jet prison camp for how long, Anna?
Well, I was there the whole 19 months, and the 3 months, the first 3 months we were in, we weren't bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, brother, we were certainly bothered.
Gee, I'd rather see you win here today than anybody else up here, I swear.
I'd like to.
You're not married?
No.
Where's your family from? Where's your dad from?
Well, my dad is from northern Michigan. He's
What
a
does he do?
casket maker.
A casket maker?
Right. He was waiting for me.
Anna, tell me, have you had any unusual experiences in your work as a waitress?
Oh, there's several.
For instance, anything that we could do with a daytime audience? You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
All right, what?
One is, yesterday I ran into, I hate to embarrass the man that's in the audience,
Yeah.
but he asked me a very question that I didn't know how to answer, but anyway, I found him.
Yeah.
He asked me, he said his friend, I went to the doctor and he's very sick.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do, and he said, I don't know what to tell him. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So, right away I said, yes, maybe I can, I don't know.
Yeah.
I said, what the trouble was? He said, well, he can't go out nights, he can't eat, can't do nothing.
Poor guy.
And he said, he hasn't seen his wife away on a vacation. I said, so what do you think we should do with her? Well, I didn't know what to answer there, so I said, well, I don't know. What's your suggestion? He said, well, I think you should get a good-looking girl like you and take her home and just have a big screwing party. I said, what?
Now,
I said, why don't I go down to the
Why don't we-
hardware
Anna,
and
why
get
don't-
a screw?
Anna, why don't we go on with the questions we have here for Campbell soup? What is your favorite kind of Campbell soup? What is your favorite kind of Campbell soup? Vegetable. All right. Put Anna down.
An engineer was responsible for this blooper. He accidentally threw a switch that cut off the local program and substituted the current network show.
It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for our featured guest, the prominent author, lecturer, and social leader, Mrs. Elwood Dodge, who is
able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
So if you have wash day troubles, put an end to them with a really modern detergent. Send immediately for a free Dirty Days supply.
Turning to the world of golf now, word has just reached us that in order for amateur golfers to participate in this major tournament, they will first have to qualify sexually. I beg your pardon, that's sectionally.
We take you now to the BBC in England.
Hollywood stars, as well as those here in London, are usually faced with the problem of losing weight before starting a new picture. But not in the case of the talented Shelley Winters, who in her latest picture, The Diary of Anne Frank, found that she had to gain 53 pounds. When asked how this was done, she replied she had to go on a very strict high colonic diet. Oh, mercy.
And now we have a very attractive young lady here at our microphones. What's your name?
Mrs. Renee Robertson.
And what are you doing in town?
I'm on my honeymoon.
Your honeymoon. Well, are you enjoying it?
Oh, I'm enjoying every inch of it.
All right, that was Kermit Schaefer's All-Time Great Bloopers, Volume 1. That came from a cassette, so I hope that the sound was okay. It sounded okay to me when I put it on here, so... I do also have it on album, but I wasn't sure what shape the album was in. So I just decided to go ahead and do it from the original cassette that I had. And hopefully it turned out okay. And please don't forget to visit our website, brainsandwich.bravehost.com, and see what all is up there. You'll be able to leave a message there that I can read later on. Or you can just send me an email directly at brainboys@aol.com. Anyway, check out what's up there, and... there'll be links to future shows coming up there and whatnot. It's just a fun place to visit. This is probably something that you haven't heard before. It dates back to, I think, 1944. I have to check my notes here, which I will do while this is playing. But anyway, about 20-some-odd years ago, a friend of mine in New York and I started trading old-time radio programs, which I became real fond of. And he introduced me to programs like I Love a Mystery and things like that, and then he would surprise me by throwing something in there that I'd never heard before. And this was a series called Adventures by Morse. And the Morse in Adventures by Morse is Carlton E. Morse, who created I Love a Mystery, and a radio soap opera called One Man's Family that ran for years and years. But I Love a Mystery has become well known among radio aficionados throughout the world. However, Adventures by Morse is probably a little less well known than I Love a Mystery. They did a movie for I Love a Mystery back in the 40s, I believe, which I've never seen. I think it was called The Decapitation of Jefferson Monk. And then they did one in 1966 in color with David Hartman and Les Crane, the late Les Crane. We lost him just a few months ago. And I can't remember who played the third detective in that, but Ida Lupino was in it, and it was based on one of the I Love a Mystery programs called The Thing That Cries in the Night. But anyway, back to Dead Men Prowl. This is a 10-chapter radio serial, so I'll be doing one chapter at a time here, just like it was back in those days. Hopefully you won't have to wait too long between episodes, but we'll see what happens, because we're still trying to figure out where to post these, where people can get to them. But anyway, Dead Men Prowl is the name of this particular serial. It's the very first one I ever heard, so I have a weak spot for it in my heart. And this first chapter is called The Adventure Begins. And I'm not really going to explain too much more about it, because I think that you'll really enjoy it, and I don't want to spoil anything. But be prepared. If you're going to sit down with this thing, you're going to have to really listen close, and I think you'll get pulled into it, and then you'll probably see what I saw in it as far as... the wonderful medium of radio back in the day, and how you had to use your imagination, and a lot of times that was better than what you can actually see. If you can see it in your mind, sometimes you're better off. Anyway, Adventures by Morse, Chapter 1, The Adventure Begins.
Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents Dead Men Prowl, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
The mystery of violent death is securely cloaked in a great many curious and unpredictable phenomena. Your local police chief, if he would, could sit before you and unravel such harrowing tales as would congeal your blood. Tales of the living dead. Tales of mental and physical baseness that even he does not like to think of. Experiences he speaks of with others of his profession in awe and wonderment. The weird, unhealthy pranks the human body on occasion plays on its owner are facts that every law enforcement officer anticipates with horror. He knows that sometime in his career he will meet with one of those mysterious, unholy circumstances. He knows this and awaits it with inward trepidation. Dead men who live, living substance that seemingly is dead. All the unpleasantness that a man of the law keeps to himself. With this preface, we come to Captain Bart Friday and a certain Dr. Croft walking on the sands of an isolated beach late at night on a sparsely inhabited portion of the coastline across the bay from San Francisco. Captain Friday has a beach shack in the village of Holman, and he has brought Dr. Croft across for a restful weekend.
About a mile to the village, did you say, Captain Friday?
Yeah, rotten walking, too, on a foggy night. Can't see your hand in front of you.
Beautiful moon out tonight. Harvest moon, eh, Captain?
Yeah.
Queer there should be a village on the beach so far from communication. 2 miles from a railway, not even a road in.
Sort of a summer resort. Only a couple of dozen families stick it out the year around. Regular old mossbacks, they never leave.
Yes, but no road.
They come in from San Francisco by boat.
Do they have phone service?
Yes, after a fashion. That is, the mayor's got a phone, and the rest of the town folk go over to his place if they have to call outside.
So the village of Holman has a mayor, too, eh?
Oh, very important personage. He's the village doctor, judge, and coroner, as well as mayor.
Bravo. Now, look here, tell me, Captain Friday, how in the world did you ever discover such a place?
I have property over here.
A detective with property?
Well, that's not my fault. It was left to me by a great aunt or something.
Can't I carry the bag for a while?
Oh, no, it's not heavy, Doctor. Besides, you have enough with your medical kit. So why did you bring that along? Nobody ever gets sick over here. Even if they did, old Doc Sims would probably shoot you if you invaded his territory.
Doc Sims? Well, that's the mayor, eh?
And doctor and coroner. Got a sign out over his gate.
Hello! We don't seem to be the only pebbles on the beach. Villagers?
Don't seem to recognize them.
Probably a couple from a resort.
No. The resort's closed a week ago. Last of the vacation crowd cleared out then. Huh. Girl and a boy.
Yes, they caught sight of us.
Seems to want to join us.
Unless the moonlight's awfully deceptive. That's a mighty pretty girl, Captain.
Yes, isn't she?
Why, she's just a child.
Hey! What are you two doing out here on the beach this time of night?
Queer. Act as though they didn't know whether to answer or run away.
I smell trouble. Come on.
Always the detective.
Hey, just a minute, you two. Why don't you answer when you... Uh-oh. Say, Johnny, supposing you point that gun somewhere else.
Please, Andres.
You think this time I miss again, huh, maybe?
Andres, don't. These people are different.
I don't know whether you'll miss or not, but I'll tell you this much. I'm covering your heart. One crazy move out of you, and you'll never have the opportunity to miss again.
If you think maybe you can frighten Andres Ruiz away from this place...
Oh, nothing could have been further from our thoughts.
Well, then why you sneak behind us, in front of us, all around us, huh?
Oh, did we?
Someone did. When we saw you in the moonlight.
Somebody's been trailing you?
Well, something, yes. Andres shot at it twice, but...
Missed, huh?
Or else.
Yes?
There isn't anything that bullets can't hurt, is there?
Oh, who are you anyway? It seems to me you're pretty much of a youngster to be prowling about this lonesome place at night.
You think maybe I'm not good protection for my cousin?
I'm Carmel Ruiz. Andres is taking me to my uncle at Holman.
Uncle? What's his name?
Mr. Andrew Walters.
Walters? Is that old codger your uncle?
What's the matter with him, I'd like to know?
Say, I know you, Ruiz. You're the boy who arrived at Walters' place last week, aren't you?
See, that is correct.
Kept pretty much to yourself, haven't you? Never down in the village?
I have no business in the village.
You say, Carmel, that Ruiz is your cousin and he's taking you to Walters. Is Mr. Walters also his uncle?
Of course. You see, I haven't any people. I've been in a convent in the South.
It's funny. You're cousins, and yet one of you speaks good English and the other talks with a distinct accent.
Is it not possible that one branch of the family should live in Mexico and the other branch live in California?
I suppose so. Why the sudden family reunion?
Well, Uncle Andrew's getting old. Andres and I are both all alone in the world, so he asked us to come and live with him. He's lonesome, and he needs someone to look after him.
You came by train?
Yes, the 9 o'clock. Andres met me.
Well, as long as we're headed in the same direction, let's continue together. How about it, Captain?
Okay.
Perhaps if we know who you are, we should accept your invitation without so much misgiving.
Oh, quite right. I am Dr. Jamie Croft of San Francisco.
Oh, you're a doctor, eh?
Yes, quite. This is Captain Friday. The captain's a private investigator.
So?
Yeah. Bother you?
No, it does not bother me.
Well, shall we proceed?
Where's your bag, Carmel?
Oh, it came ahead of me on the boat.
How far are we from Holman now, Captain?
About a quarter of a mile, something like that. Look here, Owie. About that fellow was following you.
See?
You saw him closely enough to take a shot at him. Must have gotten a pretty good look.
Oh, yes.
What did he look like? How was he dressed?
Tall. Tall.
Did you see his face?
No. But he had on a long black robe.
Why? That's odd.
Probably a long overcoat.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Was it, Andres?
Without a doubt, it was not. It flowed out behind him.
Yeah?
And when the wind whipped it back from his body...
Andres, please. Maybe we were mistaken.
No, there is no mistake.
Come on, what happened when the wind blew the robe aside?
There was a skeleton underneath.
Oh, see here.
A skeleton underneath.
Yes, there was. I saw it 3 or 4 times. It was all white and shiny under the black robe.
Didn't you see his face?
No. He had on some kind of a big black hat.
Wonder what graveyard he escaped from.
You really think that he...
Oh, no, nonsense, child.
What happened when you shot at it?
Nothing, senor. He just flitted away behind the rocks.
And then we'd see him again. Someplace where we wouldn't be expecting him at all.
Queer business.
Imagination. Say, what about...
Look! Look there!
Where? Oh, just someone lying on the beach?
I don't know about that, Captain. Doesn't look natural to me. Sprawled.
Let's have a look. You stay here.
Supposing it's the one we saw.
Wait here with Reese.
Oh, yes. Yes, I wouldn't go near that one.
Come here, quick! Dr. Croft! Something's wrong, all right?
I thought so. Don't look natural.
Lying on his face. Help me turn him over.
Body's still warm. Over. Easy now, easy now.
Hey. It's Doc Sims.
Who?
Doc Sims. You know, mayor, judge, coroner.
Well, Captain, Holman is going to have a new mayor.
Dead, huh?
Right.
Murder?
Well, offhand, I would say it's a natural death.
Yeah? Well, this is going to be a 7-day sensation. It's the first death in Holman in 20 years.
Too bad.
Well, we've got a job. I'll hunt around and get a couple of sticks. We can fix up a makeshift stretcher with our coats, and we'll take him up to the morgue.
Morgue?
Sure. Holman's got a morgue. Sims here built it himself. Coroner has to have a morgue, eh?
I see.
2-story concrete building. White tile, everything. Only modern building in Holman.
The man must have been morbid.
Goofy. Here's a queer twist, too. Old Sims himself will be the first body to use it.
Irony of fate.
Captain Friday, what is it?
We'll be with you in a moment. Dr. Croft, I'll hunt up some poles for the stretcher. You send this girl on with Reese.
All right, Captain. I'll join you in a moment. Luis, you better take your cousin and go on ahead.
Oh, si, senor. The senor is dead?
Yes, he's dead.
Que lástima.
Yes. You go on ahead now, and Captain Friday and I will arrange to see you in the morning.
Oh, please come. It isn't far, is it, Andres?
Si, it is not far, senor. Nothing is far apart in the village.
Good. Now, don't frighten yourselves. Everything will look much happier in tomorrow's sunshine. Good night.
I'm sure it will. Good night.
Good night, senor.
And so it begins.
Hi, Dr. Croft. Are you coming?
Coming, Captain. You find your poles?
A couple of lengths of driftwood. That'll do. Slip your coat off and run a stick through each sleeve. See? The way I'm doing.
That's ingenious.
Yeah. I guess that'll do. All right, let's lift him on. Over a little. I've got him. All right, down. I'll take the pole at the head. You take the feet.
Quite an efficient stretcher, Captain.
Yeah, good thing we haven't much further to go. Poles are none too strong. All right, up with him.
He's not a heavy man, is he? By the way, Captain, is Holman proper right on the waterfront?
Yeah, most of the houses front right on the beach. The one street runs back up the hill at right angles to the beach and a few scattered houses back on the hill.
The pitiful business. Having to break the news to the relatives?
Not in this case. No relatives to notify.
Oh, really? Lives alone, eh?
Yep. Neighbor woman did his housework, cooked his meals at her place, and carried them over on a tray. Straightened up the place once a week.
Recluse?
Yeah, mighty near. Want to rest?
No. Doing very nicely.
Yeah. Doc Sims didn't like folks much.
Any enemies?
Just old Andy Walters.
The uncle of Carmel and Ruiz?
Mm-hmm. Same fellow. Nobody likes him, though. Mean old skinflint.
Just a general dislike between them?
No, something deeper. They hated each other like poison. Some kind of feud. There's a light in Walters' place up ahead right now.
What was this trouble between Sims and Walters?
Oh, you know how it is. Two biggest frogs in this puddle. Both of them have money. Between them, they own practically all the land in this part of the country.
Rivalry, eh?
Yeah. Sims here had the edge, though. Just about ran the village. Everyone, that is, except Walters.
Is that why you ask if it were murder?
Not particularly. Being a detective, I guess I'm naturally suspicious.
I see.
We're running into Holman's main and only street. See that white building up there?
Obviously.
That's the morgue.
Aren't we liable to have the whole village tagging after us?
Hardly. Must be 10:30. Everyone's been asleep an hour.
I forgot we'd gone rural. Sidewalks and everything, eh?
Yeah, we'd better stick to the street, though. Boards in the walk are rotten. Liable to go through and break your neck if you don't know where to walk.
Rather harsh aspersions to cast on the administration, Captain.
Yeah? Well, he won't mind. We're carrying the administration, and he's dead.
Oh, who lives in that square box yonder ahead of us?
Oh, that's Sims' place. Come on, we'll cut through this lot. Shortest way to the morgue.
Good-looking structure. Quite modern. You say it never had a corpse in it?
Nope. Oh, by the way, we'll have to go into Sims' pockets for the key to the place.
I'll leave that activity to you.
Okay. Well, this is it. Let your end down.
There.
Here's the keys.
You know which one?
Oh, can't miss. This is the only door in town with a Yale lock on it.
Wonderful. Electric lights.
Oh, sure. There we are, all right. Now, let's go. Slab's in the back room.
Nice introduction to Holman, I must say. First place I visit is the morgue.
All right. Lower it to the floor while I open the door and snap on the lights. Little light while we...
Captain Friday, look.
Hey, a body on the slab.
I thought you said nobody ever died in Holman.
Another body on the slab.
Interesting corpse, too.
Yeah?
Yes. He's been shot through the heart.
Captain Friday brought Dr. Croft to the isolated village of Holman across the bay from San Francisco for a weekend, a quiet weekend. But first they find an hysterical girl and boy, Carmel and Andres Ruiz. Then they find a corpse on the beach. They take the body to the village morgue, and on the slab is a second body, a body with a bullet hole through its heart.
Shot through the heart. You know who he is, Captain?
Let me have a look. Yeah, sure. That's Rich Hartley's half-wit boy.
Village half-wit.
Half-wit boy shot through the heart. Now, isn't that interesting?
See here, Captain. That's murder, pure and simple.
Yeah. Are you still certain old Sims here died a natural death?
You think there's a connection?
I can't see any reason why Holman should go along deathless for 20 years.
What in blazes?
Girl screaming. She's coming this way. Come on.
What this place needs is a police department.
It's that Carmel girl. She's running down the road.
Yes, with her cousin right after her. Better get out and stop her. She's insane with fear.
I'm gonna have to shoot that Ruiz guy yet.
Not yet.
He's dead. He's dead. I can't bear it.
Stop it, Carmel. Stop crying like that.
Santa Maria. Oh, it is you, Senor Doctor. Hold that Carmel. She's go crazy.
Now, see here, Ruiz. Stop waving your arms like a madman. You'll frighten the child into hysteria.
Me? I have frightened her. But, Senor, I was only saving Carmel from destroying herself in the ocean.
Yeah, we saw you chasing her, waving your arms, yelling.
If you haven't frightened her, then what has?
Oh, I forgot you do not know.
He's dead. He's dead.
Who's dead?
The Senor Walters, my uncle.
What? Walters, too?
See, it is true. With a rope about his neck in his room.
You mean hanged, Andres? What's going on in this place? Captain, is there anyone we can question?
Sim's housekeeper, old lady Parsons. The lights on in her house. That screaming and yelling's probably waking the whole neighborhood.
Good. Ruiz, take Carmel to Miss Parsons and then join us at your uncle's place.
Of a certainty.
Where's your uncle's body?
In his room.
Where's his room?
It is the second floor front. The door, it is open.
Miss Ruiz, we understand what a shock this is, but try to get hold of yourself.
Take her along, Ruiz.
Beastly. Utterly beastly.
Let's get up there, Croft. It may not be too late yet.
Set the pace. I'll follow.
This is the place. The door's open. In this way.
Second floor, he said. Running certainly not my forte.
Yeah. Here's the stairs.
Right behind you.
Right.
Careful. Darker than a coal bin.
That's better. Lights on upstairs.
He said the front room. Must be down that way.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
You got a sharp knife?
Yeah. There's a lot of Boy Scout in me.
Joe. Most unpleasant.
They're right in here. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. Look here, Doctor.
He's been cut down and left lying on the bed.
Say, what kind of a show's going on here anyway?
He's past our help, Captain.
Yeah. I can see that.
What do we do now?
I'll get him over to the morgue, I suppose. The girl Carmel won't want to come near the place as long as he's here.
Exactly. Now, this is a light cut. Now, suppose we leave the body as it is and carry the whole thing down to the morgue.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Don't touch it any more than you can help. There might be fingerprints.
Thinking of clues, eh?
That's right. It can't be a natural death, a murder, and a suicide in a town of 30 people all in one night without something being the matter.
That would be stretching coincidence, all right. Ready?
Yep. Let's go. I'm sorry about all this, Dr. Croft. I promised you a quiet weekend. If I'd had any idea that everybody in Holman was going to die tonight... Now, here, we go down these stairs.
Apology accepted. What do you make of it?
Well, if you want my idea, somebody's committing a nuisance.
That's a king-size understatement.
No! Hey!
Hold it! Hold it!
Tripped over the stairs carpet. Watch your step. It's loose and it skids.
I'm watching. So you think there's a definite connection between these three deaths?
You're darn tootin'.
Well, in that case, we'd better have a closer look at Dr. Sims.
That's our first job.
The autopsy may disclose something of vital interest.
Yeah. Easy now. Cot'll slide through the door.
So far, so good. Now, down the steps.
Rickety old house. Glad to get out of it.
Look at the lights. Everybody in town seems to be awake.
That means the whole population will be out to know what it's all about. One person's business is everyone's business in a place of this size.
Naturally.
If we step along, though, we may make it to the morgue before the population gets into its pants.
I suppose it's too much to hope that they won't annoy Carmel Ruiz tonight. That child needs to be left alone.
Thing to do is to shove this body in with the rest. Lock up, and go over and get her.
Get her?
Yeah. And take her and her husband down to my shack. I have plenty of room.
Oh, yeah.
You can look after her then, and we'll lock up the busybodies out.
I quite approve, but that will involve you directly in the case.
Involve me? I'm in it up to my neck right now. So are you, whether you realize it or not.
You're keen to get to the bottom of it, hmm?
Wouldn't miss it.
Well, as a matter of fact, so am I. No end. Now what?
You know, they've been trying to elect me constable of Holman ever since I came over here. I've been putting them off. Now I think I'll accept the nomination.
Well, it would give you an official standing.
That's the idea. Give me a chance to go after the guilty guy right. Well, here we are back again. Oh, we shouldn't have left the door open.
Hardly matters, I suppose.
Probably not. Right inside.
I saw a shelf of fresh sheets. Yes, there they are.
We'll cover up all three and call it a night. Hello, Doctor. Look here. Somebody's been visiting our morgue.
My word.
Must have gone through Doc Sims' pockets. They've turned him on his face.
Most peculiar. He's lying crumpled up just as we found him on the sand.
Doctor, I don't mind telling you this sort of thing gives me the shivers.
Shall we turn him back?
Why bother? I'll cover him up and... Say, what do you suppose he had in his pockets anyone would want?
Money?
Nobody carries money over here. Haven't any place to spend it.
Keys, then?
That's it. Keys. Well, they didn't get him. Good thing I took him off him.
Gives Sims' death a decided flavor of murder, doesn't it?
Doesn't add up. Doc Sims and the Hartley boy dead. Walter's a suicide.
Captain, if someone wanted to rifle Sims' pockets, why didn't they do it out on the beach where we picked him up?
Maybe we arrived on the scene too soon.
That's an idea.
There. Well, that's the best we can do for them tonight. Come on, I'll lock up and go over to Old Lady Parsons.
Grisly atmosphere, this morgue. Imagine erecting one in your backyard.
Go ahead, Doctor. I'll lock up.
Good.
Yeah, that's that. Doctor, I had a funny feeling when I saw Sims just now. Change in position. Can't get it off my mind. Oh, Old Lady Parsons' house is this way.
It might have been the final relaxing of certain muscles.
You're sure he's dead, all right?
Oh, as dead as anyone will ever be. I say, Captain, don't dwell on the thought. It's bad enough as it is.
3 deaths in one night is bad enough, all right. But when one of the bodies is moved, and another moves itself...
What in the world are you talking about, Captain?
As far as I'm concerned, that moving of Sims' body is the most important thing that's happened. You know, Doctor, if somebody stepped out in front of me and said, boo now, I'd go higher than a kite.
Nerves, my dear fellow, all nerves.
Yeah. Oh, here's the place. Ruiz, I thought I told you to meet us over at your uncle's house.
Oh, but it was not possible. My cousin Carmel, she was so much afraid.
Where is she now?
Upstairs.
Has she been put to bed?
How is it possible? 5 or 6 women are with her.
Scandal mongers at work already.
Oh, bad. Andres, shall I go up and see what I can do, Captain?
Okay, go ahead. If you need any help, call out.
I think I can take care of things.
But where can you take her?
I'm taking you and your cousin over to my place for the night. Dr. Croft will be able to look after her then.
Oh, thank you, senor. It is a great worry off my shoulders.
Yeah. Say, Ruiz, have you been outside?
I do not understand.
Outside, over to the morgue, for instance.
But I assure you, senor...
I don't want to be assured. Have you or haven't you?
But I tell you...
That's the girl. Now, you just lean on me.
Oh, they're coming down.
We'll have you in a place where you can sleep in a jiffy.
Got her, huh, Doctor?
Oh, please.
Easy. Now, Ruiz, supposing you support her from the other side.
I'm all right.
Of course. Now then, we're ready.
If only we didn't have to go by the morgue.
Well, now, supposing you just close your eyes. We'll guide you, and you'll never know when we're passing it.
It's only a couple of blocks to my place.
Oh, this is most distressing. Death all around us. Look! El Diablo!
In heaven's name, Captain, what's that?
The sheet. He's wearing the sheet around him.
Did you see his face, Captain? Did you see it?
Yes, Croft. That's our dead man, Doc Sims, going down the road ahead of us.
old Doc Sims has risen from his cold marble slab in the morgue to walk the streets of Holman. Then dead men do prowl. Or do they? The second episode of Dead Men Prowl, entitled The Prowler at Work, will come to you next week at the same hour. You are listening to Adventures by Morse.
All right, that was Chapter 1 of Dead Men Prowl in the Adventures by Morse radio serial. And I hope it hooks you like it hooked me all those years ago. I will be doing the entire serial in the next few podcasts, and then I'll take a look at what the listener reaction is. If you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. If not, we'll go on to something else. But I really hope you like it, because there's plenty of other things that I want to share with you in this medium, this wonderful podcasting medium, and whatnot. So that about wraps it up. Again, thanks for listening. You can reach us at brainboys@aol.com. If you have submissions you want to provide, just send me an email there, and we'll work out something. Our website, again, is brainsandwich.bravehost.com. You can go up there and get linked to all kinds of weird and wonderful videos and things like that, and also we'll make program announcements on that too. So you can also leave us messages up there, and if you want to sign up for our newsletter, then just go to the brainboys@aol.com and let me know that too. And I'll I'll add you to the list, and then whenever we do a new podcast or whatnot, I'll announce it on the list so that you'll know that there's another show up there for you to listen to. All right, well, again, thanks for finding the show and for listening to it. I hope you enjoyed it. Close out with the Temple City Kazoo Orchestra and their version of Staying Alive. Adios.